Here's what happened yesterday on X, September 4th, 2025. It was one of those days where the whole platform felt kind of split between huge Hollywood drama on one side and some really creative, almost homegrown stuff on the other. So let's get into what really drove the conversation.
Right? It sounds like the setup to a pretty weird joke, but honestly, they were all these major threads weaving together the global conversation on X. It was just this wild mix of celebrity gossip, viral creativity, and, well, space weather. Let's break down what had everyone talking.
So, if we pull back and look at the big picture for the day, a few things really stand out. First off, entertainment news, no surprise, was king. But right on its heels was this amazing wave of creativity using AI. On the platform side of things, it was a pretty quiet day, nice and stable. Meanwhile, creators kept the discussion going about revenue, and a little bit of cosmic buzz just kept the feed interesting. Okay, let's kick things off with the biggest story of the day. Seriously, if your feed yesterday felt more like a celebrity gossip mag, you were definitely not alone. Hollywood buzz was just everywhere. And you could really see this in two huge competing trends. On one hand, you had the hashtag Sydney Scooter romance just absolutely explode. I mean, they were seen together in Venice, and that was it. The speculation just took over. But at the same time, you had all the movie buffs going wild over A24's new film, Eternity, because they dropped some new promos. It was kind of the perfect storm of romance rumors and pure movie hype. And yeah, the movie talk just kept on coming. Sci-fi fans got into some heavy debates when news dropped that Fede Alvarez was stepping away from directing the next Alien, Romulus. That kicked off a ton of chatter about who could take his place. Then, in a totally different vibe, the digital release of The Naked Gun had everyone sharing their favorite clips and quotes. It was pretty great to see a classic comedy get that kind of love again. But, it wasn't all Hollywood headlines. Away from all that, the day was just packed with these really unique, creative trends that show you just how diverse the platform can be. Okay, this was hands down one of my favorite things from yesterday. So this mom was totally fed up with her kid's messy room. What does she do? She uses AI to create this incredibly realistic, fake news report calling them out. The video went viral like instantly. It's just such a perfect example of how people are using these new AI tools for everyday humor and, well, some next-level parenting. And this is where you really get a taste of the beautiful chaos of X, right? You had space enthusiasts tracking a pretty decent-sized solar flare. Then you had the astrology crowd talking about a Mars-Jupiter square. Over in the gaming world, people were getting hyped for new Xbox games. And then you just have these random emoji storms of like sandwiches and cats going viral for no reason at all. A little bit of everything.
So, with all that happening out in the open, what was going on behind the scenes? Let's take a quick look at some updates that came directly from the teams building X.
There were really three things to keep an eye on. First, the X engineering team teased a new real-time moderation feature that's AI-driven, which got people talking. Then, XAI released a beta for Grok's new voice mode, but, and this is a key detail, it's only for Super G Grok subscribers for now. And finally, the creator community kept that conversation going about the creator revenue program, with the general feeling still being, cautiously optimistic.
All right, so when you put it all together, from solar flares to movie hype to AI-generated comedy, what was the one thing that truly dominated the day? What really grabbed everyone's attention?
The numbers don't lie. With over 200,000 posts, that rumored romance between Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun was, by far, one of the biggest conversations happening anywhere on the planet yesterday. It just goes to show you, for all the cool, niche stuff that happens, good old-fashioned celebrity buzz still has a massive gravitational pull. And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? Yesterday felt like a snapshot of two powerful forces colliding. These huge mainstream entertainment stories and this wave of super clever, user-driven AI creativity. As both of these get bigger and bigger, you really have to wonder, is this mix what the new normal is going to look like? That's the report for yesterday. This was the Daily X Report brought to you by MakeXGreat.com. Go ahead and subscribe to stay in the loop, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest.